Avery Ballard may only be 3 years old, but she still remembers what happened last summer.
She'll say, I went under the water and that man saved me.
Avery was with her family at Rexburg Rapids that July afternoon, their first trip to the pool in nearly 3 years.
My cousin came to town and said, hey, why don't you meet us? And we weren't going to go, but last minute we decided to go.
At the pool, Avery's life jacket kept falling off, so her mom took it off, but kept a close eye on her in the kiddie area.
My 12-year-old son wanted to take her on the slide, the little kid slide. So he started to bring Avery back to me and thought I saw him, and he motioned to Avery, he said, go back to Mom. And he thought that I had seen him.
That's when Stephanie remembers hearing whistles, seeing people get out of the pool, and her son rushing over.
I mean, he was pretty emotional, and he said, Mom, it's Avery, Mom, it's Avery. And I didn't know what he was talking about. And I said, what's Avery? What's Avery? And he said, it's Avery, that's Avery.
For whatever reason, I just turned around and saw this little girl face down in the water.
Like the Ballards, Nicholas Pearson hadn't planned to be at the pool that day either, but the orthopedic surgeon got off early and met up with his family at the last minute.
So I grabbed her, took her to the side, and yelled for help, and her color was completely gone. She was blue, ashen, and just lifeless.
During the commotion, Enid Jacobson happened to be walking by.
I wasn't going to go swimming that day.
She's CPR certified and told Dr. Pearson she could help. Everything was happening so fast, and Stephanie was in shock.
I used to be a CNA and I was trained in CPR, but I just thought, okay, what do I do? What do I do?
Enid began chest compressions, and Dr. Pearson made sure paramedics were on the way as he tried to calm Stephanie. Less than a minute later, Avery's eyes shot open and she started to cry.
It was a breath of fresh air, that's for sure. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting all emotional. I don't mean to, but it was a good thing to hear her crying.
I remember just telling Stephanie, she's breathing. Her mouth is pink, her eyes are open, and about that time, a first responder asked her, "Can you tell me your name?" And she said her name, Avery.
It's a huge owl.
Avery spent one night in the hospital for observation, but she's been just fine ever since. She now always wears her life jacket, and her family has made sure to meet up with Enid and Dr. Pearson since then.
I don't think of myself as a hero. Again, it was just one of those things that I was in the right place at the right time.
The Ballards are thankful Enid knew CPR and say this is a lesson for everyone to get certified, because you never know when you'll need to use it, especially when 3 groups of people, none of whom were supposed to be at the pool that day, happened to have a life-changing encounter.
I'm so glad that I have that training.
They hadn't been where they were. They hadn't done exactly what they did. I mean, she could either not be here or she could not be who she is.
In Rexburg, Nate Eaton, EastIdahoNews.com.